We are into the other one, 67 and 79 goals. We have one of the perpetrators of one of those, the chairman of one of those matches, Bubeyero Football Club, who was involved in this particular issue, Ahmed Gara Gombe on the line. Hello, Gara.
Yes, how are you, Ken?
Fine. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you guys? How is Lagos?
We are okay.
Thank you.
What is the issue involved in this? That your club was involved in this particular? Did you ask your club to go and was there any understanding between your club and the other club, for the scandalous scoreline?
Honestly, Ken, that was why I reacted the way I did. In the first place, when I formed this club, I know what I want to achieve with the club. I want to make it basically a production center for young players. Suddenly, I understand that they qualify for state league. Suddenly, I understand they were in somewhere to play in the playoff. I did warn them. I said, I'm not interested in any competition. So what is curious and what angered me most was that before you even play in the playoff, you must first be in the State League Division 1. How did they get qualified to be in State League Division 1? How did they get the nationwide league licenses? How did they get to Bauchi to be involved in this kind of mess? So there's so many questions to be asked. And that was why I just had it just like any other Nigerian. And that was why I took the prompt decision by disbanding the club first before we start looking at the criminal aspect of it.
You said you are not aware that your club took part in the competition. You are the owner of the club. You employed everybody working there. Those who are running it, both technical and the non-technical staff of the team. You recruited the players who are there. So how come your club will travel to Bauchi from Gombe and you are not aware of it? What really transpired?
That is what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Just like in normal setup. Take channels, for instance. Are you telling me every single thing that happens daily in the chairman knows? Sometimes it is when it happens, then it will be brought to your attention. I am busy doing other things all over the place. I cannot go and sit down in Gombe and control what they are doing. If I appoint a management, I appoint people to take certain decisions, and they go out of their way to do certain things, certain silly things without my knowledge, that is the time I have to act. So it is not that because I am not there, and they can go and do something that is as unholy as this one, then it is not enough for someone to really think that I must know what they were doing. I didn't know, and I have to tell you, I didn't know. And if you look at the speed with which they qualify and the speed with which all these things happen is just within the space of 4 weeks. In fact, to tell you this, they were even in Bauchi for 8 days. And how did they get to Bauchi for 8 days? Who sponsored them to go to Bauchi for 8 days? So these are all the curious questions that the committee investigating this has to find out.
Okay, Gara.
So I have disbanded the club, yes.
Let me ask you, because that is the next question I want to ask you.
I am ready.
Yeah, just hold on.
For any proof,
Alhaji Gombe, just hold on.
To expose anybody who is part of my team that has taken part of this kind of shameful act.
Okay, I want to ask you this. How is the team funded? Are you not the one funding the club?
You say what?
How is your team funded? Who is funding the club? Who is sponsoring? Are you not the one funding the club from your purse?
I do. I'm not funding the club. I'm the one funding the club. So if they go and collect money from somebody, how will I know? How will I know? They did not tell me until this thing happens. And that is why I'm telling you, it is good that this thing happens. If nemesis are caught up with them, let the committee ask them, please, how do you get to play in the State League Division 1? When you are chairman, the owner does not know. How did you qualify to go and play in the Nationwide League playoff when the chairman of the club, the owner, does not know? I set up the club. I have been funding them. I have been buying them kits. I have been sending money to them to do whatever they're supposed to do. This particular one, like I said, it happened with it. And honestly speaking, in the last 5 months, I don't think I have ever spent 3 weeks in Nigeria. I'm always away. So, and I cannot go to Gombe and sit down to be monitoring whatever they are doing. So they have failed me. They have failed the state. They have failed the Nigerian football community, and they must answer for it.
All right. My last question to you. That means you use the word unholy, which means you condemn this act, in its entirety, or you support, or you are just in love with what they did.
Please, can you come back again once again on this last question?
Yes, I said you used the word unholy when you were talking. Do you condemn what they have? That means you are dissociating yourself and condemning this act.
Of course, what I have done is more than enough. More than enough for now to disband the team. It's my own investment, but I've disbanded it. That is number one position. The second one is that it's not only Bubeyero Football Club that I have. I already set in machinery to form Bubeyro's basketball team, athletics club, and other things. So I want the NFA or the NFF to go ahead and conduct their investigations. When they conduct the investigation, it is out. It is now between me and them to now even petition the Nigerian police to charge them for breach of trust and for all these criminal things that they have done, because I trusted them with certain things and they now betrayed that trust and breached the trust. So they have to go and answer for it. Our criminal laws are very clear on things like that. So let the football authorities finish their own first. And let me say this to you, Ken.
Yes.
That this kind of thing has been happening in Nigeria and everyone is keeping quiet. And everybody is sweeping it under the carpet. You remember what happened between Calabar Robbers and Oka United. You remember what happened between Kano Pillars and Gombe United. You remember the one between Zamfara and Kaduna United. There is even a match between Dolphins.
All right, thank you. All right, Gara, thank you very much. This is all we can take. Thank you. Yes, this is ongoing. We shall.
Nothing happens.
All right, thank you.
Time around that I am in, but honestly speaking, I will see to the end of it.
That was Gara Ahmed Gombe, who is the proprietor. He has disbanded the team, but he says the FA can go ahead, is prepared to cooperate with the FA. Also, that is one aspect, because we are also we hope to also get in touch with the coordinator, Mr. Tanko Mayaki, who is in charge of that Bauchi center on this show, and we are expecting to get back to them. And you Nigerians, later I hope we have the time to open the lines so I can take 1 or 2 calls. While we're expecting to get in touch with other members, Yemi, what do you make of Gara Gombe's thing that, yes, the man says, I do not know what they did, I've disbanded them, I'm prepared to work with Nigerian police, and then even to sue after this, to charge them for breach of trust. The man is angry.
Yes, he should be angry. There is no better way of dissociating oneself than what he has done. I read earlier this morning, even proud to his call, that he's going to write to the Nigerian police to investigate this. He has disbanded the team. He has actually let everybody know that, yes, I'm the chairman. It is my club, but I am not in support of what they have done, because they have brought not just the game to disrepute, they have brought bad PR for Nigeria, bad image.
Okay, Sisi, we saw, I said, your famous Aqua, you call them
Aqua 13.
Aqua 13, where a team scores 9 goals during the season and scored 13 goals in the last
in just
match.
one game. But I think, we said that earlier, that look, when a team is playing the final game and you want to gain promotion, you want to do everything possible to get through. But I believe situations like that, the Nigerian Football Federation, LMC, they have a whole lot of job to do, in the sense that when they are playing crucial games like that, no matter what, they just have to have televisions in such centers. Such matches should be broadcast live, even if they can't carry it live, but at least let them have aid, because they couldn't probe Aqua 13. They couldn't probe Aqua 13 because there was no visuals.
Yes, that is
and then you're having
there is no way
79 goals. Who saw it?
Let me tell you,
who saw 79 goals?
Scandalous as it is, without your video evidence,
exactly. You
without
can't
anybody
prosecute.
admitting that they collected money, there is no way you are going to prove match fixing. There is no, you can allege, but you cannot.
At the end of the day, this also might just go the way of Aqua 13, because you don't have anything to prove to say this game was actually fixed. There's no proof. And you're talking about policemen, and there was no fight, there was nothing. It was just goals. Each goals were coming in seconds. Why are you involving the police?
Let us still look at the way forward from this. Nigerians, the importance of video technology, of having we're not talking about video replay technology here. We're talking about having documentation, video the match, because that is where sometimes we're talking about recycling of certain players. You see players who play 4 years later